What's up, motherfuckers?
That damn feels good, brother. Rocking them Ducos.
We were talking last night on the way back from Santa Cruz, and we're fucking. We were talking about death. You know, I said, you know, if you're at 80, I said 80 is the number. I said over 80, it's a celebration of life.
Yeah.
Before 80, you can have a funeral.
What about 78, dude?
But my daughter, she goes, so 79, I can have a funeral, and 80, I don't? And I was like, I said, but then we start talking about grandchildren. I'm like, so, you know, but you know your grandchildren are going to have hundreds of videos to watch your grandpa act a fool on fucking YouTube.
Right?
He's going to say all the stupid shit.
Cut out a bunch of clips. Just the sweet shit, dude.
At our fucking funeral, we'll put up videos of our fucking conversations.
Just have
highlights,
a
the greatest
loop.
highlights.
Yeah, just a loop.
The funniest moments.
All the ones that got 300 views or more. It's funny, dude.
I was trying to give this guy advice at work, and I was like, dude, this is what you got. He's like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm part of the Fellas 92 YouTube podcast. And he goes, what's that? And then I showed him a thing, and he goes, let me see. And he was looking at it, and he goes, get the 52 views. Get the fuck out of here.
You got to show him the one with 300.
I know. I was thinking in my head, I showed him the wrong one. Show him how much influence I really have.
You know, our pilot episode, I think is the best episode, dude. It has like 500, 480 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the dirtiest. If you look at, we have progressed. We've got better equipment. We got better wall space, shit like that, dude.
Uh-huh.
I think it's time to rebrand. Can you hear that?
Is that soda?
Yeah.
That's acid, dude.
Dude, that was some acid right now.
Because, my daughter said, I wonder how it would, I was curious on how Coke would taste, like the original Coke with the cocaine in it. And I was like, I don't know.
Dude, I'll make her some.
Yeah. I said, you want to hang out with Fraser? We snort some Norcos.
I'm going to get on that one later, too, but let's do our what's ups, man. You got the key?
I got the key to the house.
Right there. All right, we're going to start off what's ups this week with fucking thanks to all the new subscribers. And we got to hang up on shirts. That's why the shirts haven't got out there, but they should be here anytime. We got some flashback shout outs, dude.
Go for
it. We're
dude.
going back in fucking time for these shout outs. Special shout out from 1991, Billet to KL. Thanks for the time in the ditch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep. And then my man Big Red to Tanya Pritchard. You know what up, girl. 1988. This is one of our new fucking subscribers, dude. The real Charlie Sheen. And me and Weller are in works of maybe getting Charlie Sheen on the show. That'd be fucking cool, huh?
Tiger blood.
What up to Chris Colvin? What up to Veda? You're my best friend. You know you're my best friend, Veda. I love you. What up to Moose and Fran? What up to Whittemore? What up to Bull? What up to Hugo Funky Cole Medina? I think he's a high school graduate, dude.
Mm-hmm.
What's up to the two Jasons, Jason Weller and Jason Harrison?
I heard they're starting a band.
Dude, what was it, the ICP or something?
ICWs?
ICW, yeah. What up to hashtag Juice32? I'm pretty sure that's OJ. What up to the Logan brothers, Kevin and Keith? And then our special shout out goes out this week to looks like a devil worshiper, possibly, dude.
Oh, okay.
You know, you seen that fucking her page and stuff. It's all real dark and stuff. It was interesting. It's got me interested looking at that kind of stuff.
Fucking evil.
Well, whenever people go evil, dude, I'm like, you're already choosing like the losing side, right? Because good always triumphs evil, right? I mean,
always.
When does evil win?
Never. Look at all the wars, everything. Everybody good has always won the wars.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Evil never really wins.
I mean, evil does a lot of damage, but at the end, what do they say? They win the battles, but they lose the wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about it, like
whatever it is. Every bad leader in history, they lose every time. Yeah. The mindset. Just think of the mindset we've had, and I was fucking arguing this with Sarah and shit yesterday was like, where we started to where we're at, we've evolved so much.
Yeah.
You know, and I think we fucking overdo it sometimes, but like, say slavery was evil. Okay, we fucking abolished that. You know,
Yeah,
we
crushed it.
And we're trying to change it, things still to make it better, right?
Well, there's still slavery around the world, but not in America.
No, but that's what I was. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was saying at least America tries to do better. And I was telling her, I said everybody always points finger at black and white, black people fighting white people. I said this is like the smallest group of people fighting.
Yeah.
I said go to Mexico. Black people don't like. I mean, Mexicans don't like white people. They don't like black people. They don't like Arabic. Go to Arabic countries. They don't like white people. They don't like black people. They don't like all these countries. They stick to themselves.
Yeah.
For the most part, they're not really integrated like we are. So bashing America and saying, well, America's so fucked up. Well, America has a lot of things to work on, but at least we're growing. At least we're trying, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the ticket. I think we get a bad rap.
Well, our special shout out to Woodbridge.
What the fuck did I just go on? I'm fucking right in the shout outs, dude.
I know, it's good. It's good, man. We've been off a week. You know, we skipped Father's Day last week, but we're feeling good. We're hyped. So, Woodbridge, Virginia. What up to Amanda Cossett Jenkerson, manager of Tetra Stellinia. I'm pretty sure I slaughtered all that, but yes. What do we got, dude? Do we got anything light to start off with?
I don't know, dude.
We got a fucking
Rehab, addiction, God, aliens, weed and beer.
Weed and beer. All right, let's start off with weed and beer, dude.
What are we talking about, weed and beer?
Okay, so like we have a tradition in my household where when one of the kids turned 16,
Yeah.
we've had 4 of them.
Michelle said, "Fuck you. That's your tradition. That's not the household."
That's what she
tradition."
said. That's what she said. And it's
She's on. Don't get me fucking involved in your fucking
yeah, but this is going on
schemes.
with all the kids.
Potsy.
Kayla, KJ, Annie, Tom. Annie and Tom too. They weren't. Neither one of them were drinkers or partiers until Annie is now. But Tom's still not a drinker, partier like that.
Tom Golomek.
My brother Tom. So when they turn 16, I let them have a couple beers or a couple wine coolers at the house. Let them get a buzz. Just let them feel what it's like. And then if they want to get hammered, I say, hey, go ahead, get hammered. You're at home. Mm-hmm. And then they act stupid and fucking do dumb shit. And then they wake up the next morning, they're like, fuck, I don't think I like drinking. Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing, dude, because they're doing it with us.
No, yeah. I mean, I told my daughter that too. When I was like, hey, have a few beers, get drinking. Know what you can handle. Know what your limits are before you go out there. Well, there's all kinds of people trying to fucking do something to you or fucking whatever. I said, now you know what a buzz feels like, how to control yourself, where you can stop and you can feel good, or where you go past the line where you don't remember shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's good a little bit to learn at home,
Yeah, because my brother, man, this guy got...
And you're not co-signing it. You're just trying to teach him something.
I'm just letting him roll. Just like, I think he ended up having about 5 beers, which is a lot for your first time drinking. 5 beers is a lot, dude.
I can't drink 5 beers now.
So this guy got butt naked, climbed up a tree. He's dialing 911, trying to get the cops out to the house and stuff. And then he had a moment of clarity, like, oh, fuck. I'm naked in the tree.
5 beers?
Yeah. Dude,
Huh?
yeah. He was lit, dude.
Like if he was taking fucking acid or something.
Yeah, but I let the other kids, their brothers and sisters, I let them drink with them when their 16th birthday and all that. So it's been a pretty good tradition. But we got one turning 16 now. And the question was posed, should I smoke weed or should I get high? Drink beer. And I started thinking, like, from my perspective, I think weed is the lesser of the two evils there. In the gateway conversation with weed, right, they always say weed's a gateway drug. Mm-hmm. And I say no, because you're skipping beer. Because almost every kid drinks beer or takes a shot of liquor or something like that before they even try weed. Mm-hmm. How many kids just straight up started smoking weed?
I don't know.
I can't think of one because...
No, you start drinking first.
You drink first, so why are they skipping beer in the conversation as a gateway drug?
I was actually, when we were talking about this, I was having this conversation with my daughter last night, and I was saying the reason why I never, I'll smoke weed periodically, See,
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it, dude. I get too high.
But, I told her the reason why I never try to normalize is because it does like take you out of focus. It makes you like for me it would make me lazy, not motivated to do shit. Like fucking kind of my life would slow down. And when you're young, I never wanted to normalize it. I don't want to normalize it for your brothers because I don't want you guys getting to where you're not motivated to do shit. Like that's something that you do, a recreation that you do. If either you can control it or if you're in a space and time where you're fucking, you got your job, your family, you're relaxing on a Saturday night, whatever. For me, that's like a cocktail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't have an addictive personality where I don't have to do things at a high rate like that. I can do it periodically. It's not a big deal for me. But what you're saying is true. Like, look at it realistically, weed is less harmful than alcohol. But it has a stigma. That's the only thing wrong with it. Now tell me, the only thing wrong with it really, it has a stigma. It has a stigma of this fucking drug.
Reefer madness.
Yeah, it's like
Schedule 1.
Yeah, and then alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like
heroin, cocaine are his best friends.
My pops is like, those guys are all drug addicts and dopers smoking that weed, and then he goes and takes 92 fucking pills.
Yeah.
Which is so much more deadlier than fucking marijuana.
Fuck
and it's
up
like,
your heart, your
dude,
kidneys.
I was like, Dad, you're a drug addict. This guy who smokes weed periodically is not a drug addict.
Yeah.
You're a drug addict. No, you're crazy. This is stuff the doctor, if I don't do it, I'm going to die. No, it's not. It's stuff that you're doing because it makes you feel better, because you feel you're getting a fucking high or a buzz off it, and you want to do it, and it feels morally right. Right? To you. In your head, it feels morally right rather than smoking weed.
Well, that's what it is. He won the moral battle there.
He thinks he did. It's false.
That's all that matters
because
to.
It's something that man created as a stigma. God didn't create that as a stigma. Well, Jesus didn't create that as a stigma. We created that as a stigma.
Well,
why? Because economically, hemp rivaled cotton.
Well, besides that, the fucking liquor, right? I mean,
the liquor, the fucking lobbyist.
Yeah, back when marijuana was legal and they used to smoke it, it was like jazz musicians, it was field workers, it was
a low-level drug.
Low-level drug that you could grow anywhere. Anywhere in America, you could grow weed, right?
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
So you're not spending any money buying booze. You're not spending any money fucking doing heroin, anything like that. You could fucking get weed anywhere.
And now the medicinal fucking benefits are so obvious to everybody.
Yeah.
And they're fighting it. No, well, there's not enough testing to be done yet. And bullshit. You guys are worried you're going to lose all this fucking money, dude. That's all it's about.
It's
dude.
all about money. It really is all about money. But my quandrum is, or quandary, whatever.
Quandary.
Is now that weed is just like beer. It's illegal after you're until you're 21. You can't drink until you're 21. Mm-hmm. You can't smoke until you're 21. So,
is that the law? 21.
21. You can go to a dispensary. You can buy weed.
I didn't know if there was. I know isn't smoking like 18? Smoking cigarettes.
It's 18. Yeah, they're trying to make it 21.
Okay.
Which I don't want to get in that argument again about 18, 21, because I think if you're an adult, you're 18. You're an adult. Right.
Yeah, by the law.
Yeah.
By the law. So you can't fucking drink, but you could go to prison for your fucking whole life, but you commit a crime. Like
you can go to war and die.
Yeah. That's all bullshit.
Okay, so is it at any different level if you let your kid at 16 smoke weed instead of get drunk?
It's up to you as a parent, and it's not anyone's place to judge.
Because you're doing it in your own home.
It's up to you as a parent.
I'm pretty sure you can do that with your kids, man. I don't know if maybe it is fucking a child abuse or something if you let them drink, dude.
Yeah, but like I was saying last night to him, I said child abuse is probably the way I talk to you now. The way the new laws are set up.
Yeah.
That's probably child abuse. Because I'm not like, okay, let's sit down, let's figure out the problem, let's dissect this, and we'll work. I'm like, hey, you're a fucking idiot, dude. Get your head out of your ass and let's go. So, I'm old school when it comes to that shit.
So I remember the first time I smoked weed because it was with you. Okay, I remember the first time we did it, and we got a sack about like that.
I'm double checking to make sure that was the first time. That was the first time for me too.
I know it was because we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Yeah,
no, I was just making sure. I was like, before I say it, yeah, you're right. That was the first time.
And I know we were 16 because we drove.
Yep, we were in the satellite.
Yeah, so we drove. And we didn't ask anybody's permission. We didn't try to say, hey, mom and dad, can we do this or that or whatever. And this is the same thing with my other kids. I know they were smoking weed and doing shit when they were 13, 14 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't fucking come ask me if they could try smoking weed or whatever, you know? So just a kid being on that level of being like, hey, can I do this or can I try that? You know what I mean? It's a different level.
Well,
man.
drugs are having a different... they are starting to get that different... perception now. I mean, with I was watching that. You watched that Dr. Oz thing, and then he was talking about like they're using the hallucinogenics, acid and stuff to
mushrooms,
treat mushrooms and LSD to treat alcoholism and stuff because it resets your mind.
Yeah,
and it's cured people from being alcoholic stuff under a doctor's care. Of course, you know you don't want to be fucking tripping acid every fucking day and say, like, dude, I'm doing it because I'm an alcoholic. Yeah. Like, you know, people make excuses for shit, but there is benefits to all this shit that. You know, it's just a stigma. It's a stigma of fucking.
So having done
evilness.
Acid, I've done acid, liquid, you know, paper. I've done mushrooms, all that kind of shit. Now, from what I understand, is your brain is loaded with adrenaline, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just gets flooded with adrenaline. But once you release those adrenaline glands, man, it takes like weeks or even a month for it to fucking restock. So if I took acid today and then I took it again tomorrow or the next day, right? You're not going to get the same effect as the first day when it fucking just releases.
Well, Steve Jobs was taking micro hits of acid every single day.
Now, that's what I was going to tell you, though. If you did it on a very low dose where you're only releasing like maybe a tenth of your adrenaline
that's what I'm
or
talking
something,
about, yeah.
Yeah, then they would definitely have a different...
How do you think they came up with the iPhone and all that shit? He was taking micro hits of acid every day.
Who's my boy, dude? The pitcher, Doc...
The what?
The pitcher that threw a perfect game on acid, Doc. His name was Doc from Philadelphia Pirates, dude.
Gooden?
No, Doc. Gosh, damn it.
Doc Holliday?
Yeah, Doc Holliday's my man. Gosh, damn it, dude. But
was it Doc Gooden?
No. This guy's older, dude. Yeah.
Dr. Oz?
Forgot his name. Gosh, damn it. But I know there's people watching know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
But this fucking guy threw a fucking perfect game of baseball on acid, dude.
Your court's underneath your fucking... You're about to yank it out.
Yeah, I seen it right here. Gosh, damn it. Uh-oh, technical difficulty. Run with the show, Will.
He threw a perfect game on acid? I think I heard about that.
Fucking...
You got it, homeboy?
There we go.
There you go.
We're good.
It's tripping, dude.
You know what? I'm going to go to Siri. I'm going to ask Siri.
What?
Hey, Siri. What pitcher pitched a perfect game on LSD?
Okay, I found this on the website.
Doc Ellis.
Pitched a perfect
Doc
game on
Ellis?
LSD. Check it out.
Yep.
Okay. But I'm not saying to do that. I'm not saying to fucking run through society fucking high all the time. But there is...
They're functioning addicts, dude. They do it every day.
There is functioning addicts, but there is... I work with a guy who was. Now he's clean and sober. And he can't fucking do anything. He can't take fucking Advil. He can't fucking drink. He can't do anything. Otherwise, he'd just get back into that, and he's like 20 years sober.
Well, we'll get into... There's another conversation on that, but let's do the weed versus beer thing still,
okay.
Right? So my thing is, when you drink beer... and you get hammered or you get really drunk, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're fucked up the next day. You feel like shit.
Oh, I don't like drinking. I'm not a big drinker, dude.
But that just goes to show you weed's more of a poison because I've smoked hella weed in one night.
Weed's more of a poison?
No, beer is.
Oh, you said weed was more of a poison.
No, beer's more of a poison, dude, because...
Oh, I think so.
I've never overdosed on fucking weed, but I've overdosed on beer.
Because it's been legal for so long, and it's just... It's in our minds. This is what it's good. This is good, and this is evil. It's all bullshit, dude. It's
you think our generation is changing that perspective though?
Nah, I think the new generation is.
The youngers, the millennials.
Well, maybe not. Right below us, I think are.
That's the millennials, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, then maybe the millennials are.
I think so.
But maybe you're right because I would say most of the people I know that are our age don't look at it like in a bad way. I think the people that are older than us kind of still have that stigma of it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, those are potheads over there, you know. But I think people our age knows, like, it's like whatever. I mean, but people still hide it. I have, you know, relatives and friends and stuff that still hide it, and I understand that. You just don't want to have to deal with that or have that conversation sometimes, and we do that with a lot of shit, dude. You know, people do it with sex. You know, they don't talk about sex with their kids. It's just maybe they don't want to deal with it at that time. And some people are open, like you're probably more open than I am.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to be more open. Like, I'm trying to be more open. I'm working that way.
I just told my kids a long time ago, I'm not going to lie to you, you know, and if I fucked up and did some bad shit, I'm going to tell them, hey, I fucked up, I did this bad shit, this is the consequence, this is what happened to me. You know, and I had that stigma around me for years because I smoked weed from like 96 to fucking 2011. Every fucking day, all day, every day, right? And I carry that because you got smell of weed on you all the time. Your breath smell like fucking dog shit most of the time, you know?
But that's not good for me. I wouldn't say that would be good for me. That's not my place to judge you, but that's not good for me just because it would be the same like alcohol if I drank all the fucking time. Like, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be fair to my kids or my family. It would be like I'm thinking about my own well-being or happiness than yours.
Well, see, and coming from my perspective, I was like a weed prodigy. I'm probably like in the top 1% of weed smokers in the world, dude. I'm like at an all-star level.
Well, I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
It's hard to put into words, dude. It's
You're
like,
a weed prodigy?
I'm like a Michael Jordan of weed, dude.
Like, how does that? Like, what? Growing it?
Dude, I've hit the 6-foot bongs. Growing-wise, I'm probably in the top 20%.
You sound like Jason Weller, dude.
Dude, I'm just trying to tell you, I'm a great weed smoker, and I'm gonna fucking enlighten you guys when I can smoke weed again.
And the military's got you working for them too?
Dude, basically CIA shit. I can't talk about it, you know, but I'm up there with Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, I heard that's the fucking OG of OGs. I was listening to Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg's known for fucking pot. He sells pot. He has grow dispensaries, all that. And he goes, the only person I can ever outsmoke me is Willie Nelson. He goes, he smokes with Willie all the time. And he goes, everybody else, nobody can keep up with me. Willie's the only one I can. I said, well, I'm done. You know, Willie's OG.
Yeah,
OG.
fuck yeah, dude. Look at, he's what, 90? I don't know how old fucking Willie Nelson is, dude, but...
Yeah, and he smoked weed his whole life, and he's 90, and he's gonna fucking die. Come on, man. I don't know. But if you were alcoholic all those years, you'd be dead already.
Yeah.
So just go off that. I mean, how many people die every year from alcoholism or fucking DUI, killing people? How many people die from the effects of alcohol compared to that of weed? Oh, it's not even measurable.
No, it's not.
It's insane. But it's still evil. It's evil. It's the fucking... It's just a stigma, dude, that gotta be fucking... The dinosaurs are dying off, dude. They're dying off. And they're saying this is the destruction of America and shit. No, it's not. No, it's not. We just continue to evolve.
You know what
we'll balance it out.
Well, let's close out the weed and the beer, dude, because we hit on a couple different topics there, man. So we'll roll on this one, man, because it just hit me this week. We talked about rehab and addiction and all that, so... This last week, my doctor cut me off of my Norco painkiller, my muscle relaxer, and my sleeping pill. So I had to fucking kick all those pills this weekend.
You seem more awake today, dude.
Dude, I hit a clarity point probably like Thursday. I'm serious.
You're not walking around in the fog.
But it was so painful, man. I mean, it really was physically draining. Like when I quit weed, there's another one. When I quit weed, there was no fucking problem. There's a mental issue with weed because it's like a habit. It's something you do, right? But there was no physical withdrawals from weed.
Right.
And then your culture of friends you hang around with, when you smoke weed all the time, right? You got some weed. Oh, you got weed. Because you guys all hook up and get weed from each other and shit, you know? But pills is completely different, man. Fucking, I still don't feel 100%.
Because I noticed when you take it that you're like a kind of a zombie.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of tune out. But when you're not on it, you're, like, open and your eyes are wide and you're fucking... I don't know. Looks like you're more clear.
I'll tell you what, dude. That's why I think a lot of these homeless people are where they're at, is because when you start to get dope sick, that's what they call it, dope sick, right? Mm-hmm. Your body fucking involuntarily starts fucking... You get spasms and cramps and your fucking legs kick and shit like that, dude. I mean... I went through that for a good almost 3 days. Sweating, fucking cold chills, hot flashes, nausea, runny fucking poops. I mean, I couldn't sleep in the bed with my wife. I was out on the floor in here, fucking on the couch, fucking.
In the chicken coop?
Dude, and this is prescribed medication by a doctor. I followed the rules. I took a pill every 3 to 4 hours. I never fucking took like 8 in a day.
You never snorted it?
Come on. But
those are following the rules.
Yeah, actually, I had a doctor tell me that, dude. I had a doctor.
Okay, Jason Weller.
No, I actually had a doctor tell me that. No shit, I'm not gonna put her on a blast, but it wasn't her too. But the thing about it is, man, is it was allowing me to work. It was allowing me to be functional, right? Because I got shitload of pain. I'm due for a surgery on this shoulder, and that is part of the fucking clarity too. Was seeing how much pain I was in because the pills were masking it.
But what I think is that, and I ain't no fucking doctor, obviously, but I think you take more and more painkillers, you become more and more hypersensitive to all your little pains and aches of your whole body.
Yeah.
Stuff that you wouldn't normally, that your body would just adjust to normally, right? Yep. So then when you take all this, all of a sudden you feel your big toes, man. Yeah, of course, you probably stubbed your big toe 10 years ago and was probably fucked up, and you don't notice it because your body's adjusted. But now that you're on all these painkillers, you're hypersensitive to that. Your fucking wrist hurts. Don't you notice people who take it all the time, they got ailments all the fucking time.
No doubt.
And I'm like thinking, dude, I fucked up. I fell off roofs. I've been hurt from work, and my body's, from me not taking any kind of painkillers. I wake up sometimes, it's hard for me to get out of bed. My back's fucked up. But
you're old too, dude.
Too, right. But my body's adjusted normally to that pain and stuff, where it just seems more normal, where I've hadn't tried to cover it up with, artificial fucking pills.
Well, that was a conversation I had with my doctor, too, because me and him got into it, and actually he fucking cut me, after he cut me off and all that shit, I think some of my anger was because he just left me hanging. He didn't give me a fucking wind down process or a fucking weaning off or anything like that. He's like cold turkey, and he's like, you need to talk to yourself, tell yourself in pain. When you're ready to go to bed, just tell yourself, hey, there's some pain there. I'm going to be able to live with this and this
See
and that.
yourself in the living room talking to yourself.
Eat some fucking kale.
Kevin,
hey,
you're okay.
No shit, I did it. I really did it. I really did that shit, dude. And Michelle, she's a medical staffer, so she deals with doctors all the time. She's talking to them and shit about it. And a lot of them have the same type of philosophy, like pain is in your mind. It's not in your shoulder. It's in your mind,
I think everything's in your mind, dude. I think just about everything is in your fucking mind. A guy at work, his wife is, been having for last year trouble sleeping and eating, like where she can't. And I'm like, dude, stop. I mean, he's a little bit older, and I'm like, stop with all this medication. I know that the doctors are telling, try marijuana, dude. Try these fucking THC pills. Try some of this. I'm just telling you. Some
edibles.
Try it. Just try it. You got this stigma of, but you're taking all these pills, and it's not helping. Just try this. I can guarantee, but I'm pretty sure some of this is going to help her and make her feel better.
Well, see, I came at my doctor like this because I listen to all this stuff, and I'm good. He's a doctor, right? So I'm listening to him and everything. But
they're still selling a train of thought, dude.
He is. So I asked him, I said, have you ever broke a bone? He's like, no. I said, have you had any surgeries? No. Have you had any stitches without anesthesia? No. I said, okay, so you're a pain doctor, but you know nothing about pain. Now, on this side of the table, I have 14 broken bones. I've had 5 surgeries. I've had over 200 stitches. So I have a PhD in pain because I've been in pain. You know what I mean?
PhD in clumsiness.
Yeah, and then I told him, I said, you can read all you want about how to hit a baseball. But when you go to hit a baseball, all that reading you did is not going to allow you to hit the baseball.
I say that all the time with the architects and engineers and fucking all these project managers. It's like they have all this knowledge of fucking, and it's mostly computer use now, but you still don't know how to put the building together. Yeah. Get the fuck out of it. You know how to send 352 emails. And then what? Nothing gets done.
And that's what I'm saying with this doctor.
It's all made up shit.
That's what I'm saying with this doctor. You read all this shit, and that's cool. You got your degree. You went in debt and got all. I appreciate.
Looks good on paper. Looks good on paper.
But let's be real. I said you're a pill doctor. People come in here once a month and you kick pills to them. What kind of fucking doctor are you really? So this is how he fucking.
You work for the pharmaceutical company.
Yes, he's pushing pills, man. And then the fact that he's pushing me on 3 different pills, which weed used to take care of, no problem. I would smoke a joint before I went to bed. I'm out, right? But now I got 3 different pills, a painkiller, a muscle relaxer, a sleeping pill, right? Mm-hmm. He's got me hooked for 3.
That's fucking up your internal organs.
My kidneys, all kinds of shit. Dude, I've taken some good turds. I just started taking a good turd yesterday. And it's the pills. My turds weren't like that, dude. I'm taking Snicker bar turds now.
Nice.
It's fucking yeah, dude.
Nice.
I mean, play worthy, dude.
You leave them in the toilet for people to
Nah,
fucking
I
admire.
thought about it, but you know,
women get to have children. We get to have fucking turds.
Yeah.
Like, look at what I fucking conceived right there.
But I want to wait for one that has eyeballs like corn in it or something. Then I'll leave that fucker, and she'll be so mad at me. She'll be like, "Gabby, what are you doing?" But you know, getting on the back to the addiction rehab stuff, man. So this is my second time I've done it, and this time I did it on my own. And it's fucking hard, dude. It's fucking super hard, and I think that's why there's so many homeless, because they don't want to just get sick for a couple days, dude.
Right. I think that, and I think also you have a support group. I think a lot of people who are doing that same thing don't have a support group, and they're kicked out in the wind, dude. But I'm not saying all of them, but I think that it's all there's a lot of different variables in the equation of people being homeless. I mean, it's mental problems, it's drug addiction, it's not having that support group. You know, it's all that stuff. It's just fucking geography, where you're born. It has a lot of stuff to do with that. I don't think it's one specific thing. But yeah, people, and you said earlier, you're like, I don't understand why people can't just do it to have a better life, right? It's a little bit of work, but it's worth having a better life, because I can see the clarity in you, and I'm thinking, but everybody else sees it. Everybody's like, dude, just kick it.
Yeah,
it's that easy. I think it is that easy, but it's just it's in your mind.
It's hard, like you said. I have some. If it was just me, like I didn't have to worry about my kids or my fucking kids in the house still, or my old lady, the dogs. If it was just me, I'd probably still be doing some fucking dope, dude.
And where would you be? You might be in a different spot, dude.
I'd probably have a different job doing something different, but I have something. I've been.
You'd be fucking in the fucking bars with fucking Chuck Hutchins, fucking securing the fucking premises, working for the fucking nobody, working out at the gym.
Dude, I'm just saying that there is I think the main thing though you need in your life is some type of and we'll get into that. You need a spiritual God, right? Or you need something that's bigger than you, that you believe in.
Yes, I agree.
Like I've been clean and sober from weed for 9 years now. So I called my sponsor, this last week a couple times, just to hit him up and see what he thought. And he just gives me the spiel, but then he bullshits with me afterwards, And the main thing is you have to have something you want to live for. So maybe if you have nothing at all to live for,
that's what I'm saying.
Then they are living for the high,
right?
Or for the drug. That's what they're living for.
When you feel like people gave up on you, or people don't love you, and you don't have nobody, and all you have is this drug, and that drug makes you feel good, I mean, you fucking go down that wormhole, dude. I mean, but when you have somebody to be responsible for, some people that love you, like you're like, I can't do that. Look, I can't fucking do that. I gotta be fucking somewhat functional, because these people care about me.
Well, and I know I got dealt a different set of cards than most people, but do you ever hear me fucking go back on that? Like, oh, my dad left me at somebody's house. He don't love me,
Just every other episode.
Or my mom went to jail, I had to live with different people. No, I don't, man. I fucking just smiled and fucking went to school and played sports. Mm-hmm. But some people get hung up on that shit. Like, even if their mom and dad get divorced or something, they're fucking like, oh my God, my life's ruined forever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of callous that way, though, too. It's... something happened to somebody at work, like their family member died, like a day or two later, I'm like, okay, let's move on, like time to move on, we got to go back to work, like I'm kind of callous like that, but I don't know, to each their own.
I don't know, man. I just keep whatever life deals me, I keep dealing with it, and the main thing I've been trying to keep is my fucking job, man.
And that's what I was talking about last night with them too. I'm like, the reason why I don't feel bad for people when they give me that fucking that sad, I can't make it thing, and I'm having a hard time and all this shit, is that there's jobs that are needed. That's why I hate this whole fucking immigration. I mean, and I was explaining to my daughter, I said there has to be immigration laws and stuff, but I don't like the fucking the denigration of these Mexican people that, like, and I tell her, like, we hire like at a good wage, like, so if I hear fucking, and I'm not saying I don't, and I'm telling her, I'm not saying white people. I'm not saying black people. I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm saying Americans.
Yeah.
White Americans, black Americans, Mexican Americans. I'm saying those people crying and complaining about shit. I'm like, we always fucking hire.
Yeah.
Like, come out and work. You're going to start out at a lower wage. You're going to work your ass off, and eventually you get more money. I said, people won't do that no more.
No.
People don't want to fucking do that. Americans don't want to fucking do that.
They want instant gratification,
They want
man.
the higher fucking wage. They want to be a fucking in charge of people, and they don't fucking know nothing. They don't want to go through the fucking trenches,
Yeah.
right? And that's why I tell her I don't feel sorry for people. Like I'm callous that way. I'm like, fuck you. If you're really that bad off, come out and work.
Yeah.
I will hire you right away. But let me tell you this. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to be... Okay, so right now, I'm driving 5 hours a day to work, right? 2 hours in the morning, 3 hours home. Well, it's fucking retarded, right? Who does that? I do for my family. I got to take care of my family, right? So don't say you don't have an opportunity or a chance. You do. You just don't want to do what I'm fucking doing. And then I'll put you out to work, and I guarantee probably a week you wouldn't even fucking last anyways. You'd be like, this is stupid. What the fuck am I doing out here in the sun on the slab, driving 5 hours a day for this when I could get more money doing, welfare or something? So... That's why I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I went on a rant about something.
No, you're
on
off.
fucking Rehab. I'm over here on fucking Planet Pluto.
It's all right, dude. Close out Rehab, man. Hey, and for all you addicts out there, man, fucking one day at a time, right? Keep it real. You got something to live for. Make it happen, man. That's it. If you got something to live for, you got a reason to fucking
And
quit.
stop being a fucking pussy.
Quit being pussies,
Quit being
man.
pussy. Let's fucking stop sugarcoating this shit. Stop being a pussy. Fucking straighten up your shit and move the fuck on.
Dude, chub it up. Get your dick back out of your belly button and fucking just fucking swing it. Swing your dick. So, okay.
Swing your dick.
Okay. So why don't we roll into God versus Alien, right?
God versus aliens. You tell me about that.
Okay, so I'm sure everyone knows there's a program out there called Ancient Aliens, right? And I think I've watched every fucking episode. I went to the Alien Con shit, and over time what has happened to me is I've been presented with these facts, man. They're fucking facts of history, right? Excuse me. You have like the oldest people in America, the Sumerians. They had the Anunnaki, these people that came from the sky, taught them fucking agriculture, plumbing, all kinds of shit. Apparently these Anunnaki fucking made all kinds of beasts out of different animals, like a lion with a fucking eagle's head and wings and shit. You've seen all those pictures of that shit, right?
No. Not with the eagle's head. No.
I think it's called a griffin or something like that. We consider them like mystical animals or...
Oh, you seen like drawings and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about real life animals.
These are like hieroglyphics and shit, dude. You know what I mean? So they basically portray these people that in most of their languages they say they come from the sky. I don't care if it's Aztecs, Incans, Mayans, Egyptians, fucking wherever you go around the world, even in Canada, dude. Those indigenous Indians in Canada, they have these stories of the people that come from the sky, and they call them gods, man.
Look up Phoenix Lights. That is the most. They say that is in modern history, the one thing that they really can't.
They can't say no.
They can't say no. They try to say it was fucking Air Force flares, flares that were at the same level, moving at the same fucking
they
pace
traveled
across
8 miles
over Arizona. Like, watch that and watch what the governor says and watch what he came out and said 10 years later. Watch that. That'll change your perspective on a lot of things.
Yeah, it does. And I think that's part of it is just getting the information and then being able to compare what you believe to what is fucking fact.
And it sounds crazy when you say it. Oh, fuck. Here goes the alien talk.
Yeah.
But to think that we are the only species in these galaxy upon galaxies, upon infinite galaxies, upon all these planets that can carry life, to think that we're the only species. Now, I think the argument will say, is there any species that intelligent to come and visit us and leave without us really knowing?
All the time, dude. All the time.
I think there is. I think it's been proven through history of the stuff that we have. I mean...
Look, they just debriefed the Senate, right? They just debriefed them on the fucking alien shit that went down, dude.
Listen to the presidents talk. The first thing presidents do when they get into office is they go, hey, Is there really aliens? They're curious just like everybody else. And I don't even think that presidents are privy to that information because they're only in office 4 to 8 years. So I don't even think they really know all that I don't think they would give presidents that information anyways.
Well, that's something that happened with Kennedy when Kennedy was fucking Marilyn Monroe, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, let's go check out these aliens. And he went and showed her and shit. And what do you know? Fucking she shows up dead. He gets killed. His fucking brother dies. That's some conspiracy shit right there. But I like that shit. But the alien stuff, man, I think it's just getting to a point where fucking, what do they call it? Where they can't deny it anymore. You know, where they release the facts or fucking. I think there's too many cameras, too much shit going on now with people with phones and everything, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you ever watch that show Paranormal Caught on Tape? Mm-hmm. So they do Bigfoot, they do aliens, they do all the fucking outside stuff. You know, I dig that shit. But those guys, people all over the world, England got fucking pictures of UFOs and shit. The scariest one's that Bruja. Did you see that? Mm-mm. It's a fucking witch floating like.
I've heard. I know the name of it, Bruja, but
she's like floating from one side of the mountain to the other, in the air, like fucking 30 feet off the ground, dude. Mm. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy shit.
Carbonell effect.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked fucking hella real, but you know, getting back to the God versus alien thing. So, in my own mind, I think these people call these aliens gods, right? And to me, that's not my God. An alien's not my God.
I think the God could created another planet with other intelligent life.
Now you're on my track because I'm thinking God created these aliens.
Well, how did he just create us and that's it? He created all kinds of shit. They went through that wormhole of these galaxies, and it's like these infinite galaxies upon galaxies upon galaxies. It's like it's not even in our minds. We can't even conceive it, right? We can't even conceive the depth of this of galaxies. And to think that this is it, this is us, this is it. There's so many theories. There's a theory that
dimensions.
There's us on another planet, like me and you doing this right now. But right now, I get up and have a cup of coffee. Like I go through so many different variances of what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. Let's stop right now. I gotta go bathroom. Shit like that. Like this is happening somewhere else, and that's why I think sometimes you have deja vu. You know, because we might be sharing the same fucking
space time
mind. Like it's too far for us to even understand, I think.
Well, I think that's when people talk about angels, like even in the Bible, right? These angels come down. Where do they come down from? The sky, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it fits.
I guess it depends on your interpretation of aliens. People use the name aliens, and it could be meaning angels or.
That's what I'm thinking. Or
aliens, angels,
even demons, right? Like you got bad aliens that want to fucking stick shit up your ass and fucking take you away and torture you for a little bit, then bring you back. You know,
stick shit up your ass. Who are you fucking hanging around, dude?
I've seen
this guy said, "This happened to me multiple times, Weller. It's fucking happened to me." I don't know, man. I haven't seen those aliens. I hang around different aliens.
They're alien peggers, dude.
I live in illegal aliens.
But I think if you look into it, man, just check anyone out. Like, go with the ink.
Would you be shocked if, like, it's like Men in Black, if fucking Liebig takes off a mask and he's a fucking alien? Would you be like, what? I'd be like, that makes sense.
Nah, I've known that fucker too long.
Nah, I'm telling you, dude. He's a fucking alien, dude.
Serial killer? Nah, I would not be shocked. Dude, I trip on it though, man, because I really think these people who made up these stories, like the Great Flood, right? Mm-hmm. That shit happened. The flood really happened. The Great Flood happened. Mm-hmm. But different religions, I don't care if it's Japanese, if it's Mongolian, if you got fucking African, all over the world they have stories of this Great Flood.
It's what you believe. That's all it is. I mean, there's history books that have Jesus in there. That the guy named Jesus who claimed he was Messiah. Like, it's almost proven that yes, he did exist. Now the argument is, was he really God's son? Was he? That's the argument that people have.
Well, let me ask you this. So take the Jesus deal, right? Mm-hmm. He's born a virgin, right? Mary was a virgin. Mm-hmm. Maybe Mary was abducted and then she was fucked by an alien and then she had a fucking baby, dude.
That's him. God, that's him talking.
Dude, I'm all over that. That's more plausible to me than her just becoming pregnant, dude.
I don't know. I don't see that being far fetched.
Take it.
I mean, being a virgin and being pregnant.
These alien abductions, when they happen, people consistently say that they're taken to have babies in space with aliens, right? So maybe back in the day, this dude was just like, hey, Mary's hot. I got to get up in that shit. He fucking came down, abducted her ass, took her
You
up.
can't tell me Robert Terry is not a fucking alien, bro. Robert Terry.
Jesus.
Robert Terry's an alien. What if all the crazy people are really aliens, dude? And they you know how they're talking to themselves and they got all kinds of shit going on? Maybe they really know what's really going on and it's just so fucking mind-boggling and they're fucked up, dude. Robert Schubert's probably a fucking alien, dude. Chuck Hutchins, probably a fucking alien. Jason Weller, probably a fucking alien, dude.
Well, you've seen it in movies, like where in the movie the dude's going around and he sees a sign like Jeremiah 11:11 or something like that, right? And then he's like, oh, that kind of hit something in my head, 11:11, and it matches
the
up.
one with the glasses?
Yeah.
With Roddy Piper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, but, then it comes to be told later he fucking knows that because he's seen it on another planet or something, or he knows it in another dimension, whatever it may be. But I think my point I was trying to get with God versus aliens is, to me, God is like the Force in Star Wars, right?
Okay, break it down.
When they say may the Force be with you, right? Or like when I pray, I say the Great Spirit, right? Because that's what I think God is, and I think God's in every single one of us, dude. But people want to put different positions of God. Like when you tell me that there's God and the devil, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, you lost me right there. Because why would God give half of his power to someone else? Like God's going to say, I'm going to take all the good shit, right? That's me. I'm God. I got all the good shit. Devil, you're evil. You're all the bad shit. Okay? Mm-hmm. That's not godly to me. That's a man's story to me. That's a man trying to control somebody else through creating chaos. Mm-hmm. Or in my mind, God is everything. God's evil. God's mean. God's vicious. God's vigilant.
Well, some people believe that God's in you, but the evilness that you do is the devil coming out. So you're evil. You have the evil in you already. Now, when you do something evil, that's evil. When you do something good, that's good. Like everybody has their own train of thought on this shit, dude.
They do, man. But to me, everything
We've had hundreds of years to try to figure it out.
To me, maybe that's why, with like this rehab and different difficulties in my life, I've always had God in my heart. And to me, even as a little child, God wasn't big enough to me in church. He wasn't big enough.
Okay, you say that. So who cares? Who cares? You feel like you have God in your heart, right?
Yep.
And then maybe my cousin Tony has it in a different way, right?
That's her God, yeah.
And maybe my aunt has it a different way. But it's all the same God. And I think people get hung up on the legalities of all this and don't realize that, okay, you have this Spirit of God in you, right?
Yeah.
What does God want that everybody kind of agrees on? He wants you to be good, be good to your neighbor, all that stuff.
That's where
I think that's the general consensus, right? So beyond that, you're doing, I wouldn't say a waste of time, but I would say that you're some people are addictive personalities, right? So they're addicted to that lifestyle.
Church.
Right.
They need fellowship, dude.
And that's good. But at the end of the day, what's going to stop you from going to this higher plane, heaven, whatever you want to describe it, and them going to this higher plane, heaven? Is it the legalities of it, which I think is bullshit? Yeah. I think it's all bullshit. I think that God knows your heart. God has your spirit. You do good. I think you go to a higher place. That's what I think.
I like that thought process.
Okay.
I do.
And I can still believe in Jesus. I can still believe in all this, right? But then what happens is, well, if you believe in that, you have to believe in this. I can kind of believe whatever the fuck I want. Really, God's gave me the right. And you have convictions. Convictions is when you do something, you know if it's right or wrong. Right? You know in your heart if it's right or wrong.
Well, that's when I get into the religious conversation with different people. My brother-in-law, me and Tito get into it quite a bit, and we have good arguments, We have good arguments about stuff, and we still love each other afterwards. But I always tell him, that's fine. Believe in God, believe in Jesus, the devil, angels, demons, all that stuff, Adam and Eve. I like all the stories. They're great stories. But if you go back, they've been told before the Bible. Moses was told before the Bible. The Great Flood was told before the Bible. All this shit happened before the Bible was written, bro.
But then that's where I think you're wrong right there, is that you say, you get to that point where you're like, that's good, believe in what you want, and then you try to dissect what's wrong about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
just right now, you're saying that Adam and Eve was before. Then you're trying to dissect the part that you feel that's false, right? Other than saying that's good that you believe that. That's it. That's the end of conversation.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to disprove where they're wrong, just say that's it. That's end of conversation.
I don't carry on the conversation after that. I don't. But this is what goes on in my mind, man, because in the Great Flood that's told, the epics of the flood that's told in Hindus, in Japanese, in Egyptian, Incan, when the Great Flood is told, it's just a cleansing of the earth. These Anunnaki, these sky people flooded the earth for a reason. You know, they did it on purpose. But when the Bible's written, they go in and say that they do it because of sin, because of man's sin. So they're the author of the Bible at that point when they're talking about the Great Flood. He's adding in his own shit right there. You know, of an actual event that happened. Now he's giving it a cause and a reason. And I do like that about the Bible because the Bible teaches you the golden rules, man.
Right. No. Yes. Absolutely. But then what people fail to realize is it was written quite a bit long time ago. So when you have modern times, what they try to do is adjust the narrative for modern times, and things evolve. People evolve. Like, you know, there'll be things about homosexuality in the Bible and stuff like that. But then we've get to the point where there's pastors who start thinking, hey, why am I the one trying to condemn this person who's living like this? Like, let them be. Like, you could come to my church. You come and the religions that I don't care for are religions that excommunicate people, because
how could you throw someone out? Yeah,
that's messed up. You're supposed to be even more welcoming.
That's the
to
one
these people.
that's the one God wants you to turn more than anyone is the one you're trying to throw out.
When you go to this church and they're exclusive to, like, no, you come in here, you have to wear a dress, or you have to follow these rules. That's when I'm like, nah, you're kind of fucked up. Like, church is supposed to be the hospital for fucking sinners, right? Yeah. It's not supposed to be the museum for saints. It's a hospital for sinners. So when you're broken, you're a drug addict, you're a fucking prostitute. You're not supposed to hold this meeting of these fucking elite people. That's what church is not about. That's where I get it all. Like, wait a second here. And then when you start getting political and all this other stuff, I'm like, nah, that's when I stop following that.
Well,
like,
look at, okay, if they had one interpretation, right? If you had one interpretation of the Bible, we'd have one religion. Mm-hmm. But just in the faith of Christianity, you probably have, I don't know, 18 to 80 different types of churches.
Right, interpretations, yeah.
Because it fits the narrative, man.
Yes, and regions and all that. Like, I don't understand why you know, it doesn't make sense why there is not one religion. Like, one God, we love God, we appreciate God, God loves us, you know. He's given an opportunity for us to live and to see how we interact and how our experiences and decisions we make. He's given us free choice. Right, and I've heard somewhere, read somewhere where the angels are jealous of us because
they have no souls.
We're allowed to live and experience pain and happiness and sex and drugs, and we're allowed to go through all these, you know, trials and tribulations and come out ahead of this and be better people. But that's what God wants us to do. This is what I don't. I don't believe that God wants us to find a room, sit in the corner every day and pray every day nonstop. Read your Bible, pray. That's it. He has created this whole world for us to get out there and experience, right? Whatever it is, good or bad. You know, go through the good, go through the bad. You know, see where you come out on this. You know, a lot of people who've been to church or at the end part of church, I feel like they went through a drug addiction or prostitution, and that's helped them. That's good. That's awesome. Then they start trying to condemn other people that were going through those same things, right? You can't condemn people like that. That's why I don't understand why there's not just one God.
It's judgmental, man. It's because people like to be judgmental.
People want to be right more than they want to express their faith.
Yeah, and that's when they start getting on me and they try to turn me or convert me into their church or say, you just haven't come to my church. So if you came to my church, you would know what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm looking at it like, hey, if Frasier is taking care of his family, if he's not out hurting people, if he loves God and he's living his own faith, God bless him. Let him be.
God has obviously blessed my life. I mean, look at me. I've been obviously blessed, man. Mm-hmm. And I give all praise to God.
Because you're a 9.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. You know? trying to fuck me up, bro. You motherfucker, dude. That was good, dude.
All right.
Babe, you're a 9. Don't worry about it. You motherfucker. But basically, like, where I get them is I say, you know, my God, your God is good, right? And you have the devil. So your God is good, and the devil has power because the devil is evil.
The devil has power if you give him power.
Yeah, but in my world, there's no devil. God is the devil. God is good. God is everything. That's why my God is the most powerful God out of all the gods, because my God is everything, man.
So how? Okay, this is how you believe, and
Yeah.
and I think that's fine. It's like how are you supposed to understand all this? You're not going to.
I'm not.
I'm not going to.
You need to understand it for you.
You don't understand it. Like
Yeah.
nobody understands it. All you understand is that at the end of the day, you're supposed to be good to your neighbor. You're supposed to have empathy for
Absolutely.
people. You're supposed to try. If you get an opportunity to help somebody, you're supposed to help them, right? We were walking yesterday after fucking eating. My daughter has her fucking leftovers. Guy sitting there, he goes, "Hey, you know, what's the chance of me getting those leftovers?" No hesitation. Here's your leftovers.
Yep.
Like I can go home and eat. You got this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to strive. And I think when people start getting into the legalistic part of it, well, they start trying to break you down. Well, no, really, Fraser, you're doing this and
I'm a
this and
sinner.
this and this. You need to repent for this and this, and then you need to work on this. And it's like, wait, whoa. I'm a good soul. I'm trying my best. I have some flaws. I cuss. You know, every once in a while, I'll smoke a little weed, whatever. But that's what's going to keep me out of this higher plane. That doesn't even make sense. Like, stop with that. Stop with that. You're trying to find exclusive. It's like an exclusive club. You're trying to be exclusive club and keep everybody out. That's what I think a lot of Christians, a lot of Muslims, a lot of people of faith try to do. They try to create this club where they keep people out.
Well, see, this is like my God's scorecard, right? When I talk to her, because my God's a her, right? Mm-hmm. It's like a hockey score. When hockey has a plus minus, you understand that? So if you're on the ice and they score a goal, you get a +1 because your team scored a goal, right? If you're on the ice and they score a goal against you, you get a -1. So your plus minus number is either positive.
Same with basketball, football. They have a plus minus when you're on the field.
Yeah, so it's either positive or negative, right? Mm-hmm. And my whole goal is to be on that plus side as many times as I can.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Yes, I agree.
Because I've done this several times. Guys' cars broke down. I'm in my truck. Pull over. Fucking push this thing. The motherfucker's a beast, too. This is a big-ass dude that could probably push the truck himself. But he's like, oh, what am I going to do? I said, dude, put it in neutral. Get behind that bitch. Push it, right? Then there's other times where I'm like, fuck, I can't help these people. There's nothing I could do right here. I got to fucking go to this job or whatever, right? But if I have the time, I'm going to give it to somebody else like that. Help them with their tire. Hey, you need a phone. You need some water, something like that, right?
I'm all about energy, dude.
Yeah.
Energy.
Bring that positive.
This whole energy. Energy is just this fucking. We're in a bubble with all this energy, and it just transfers from me to you. When you're around these people, all that good energy or negative energy will transfer from person to person. It never leaves.
Good vibes, dude. That's
you
what
could call it karma. You could call it God. You could call it whatever you want. Like you believe in this higher power. You know He's there. I pray every single morning. I want the best for people. I'm a human being, so sometimes I get angry. I look back and I apologize for it. I try to get better. That's all you can fucking do. Now, when you're trying to reach for more, reach for straws, and you pick people apart, you're not doing your faith justice.
Dude, let's close out God and Aliens, man.
Knocked it out of the park.
Okay, dude, you want to roll on time or the middle? Where is it?
The middle.
Where is
Finish
the middle?
off the middle, because we're about.
All right. Check it out. Where's the middle at, dude? How come there's no middle anymore?
Because people want to be right. People are more concerned with being right than being righteous.
I think they're in love with the ideal or the ideology. You know what I'm saying?
Clickety clack. Don't talk back.
Yeah. So they're in love with this idea of utopia or the way things should be.
Of utopia of their belief system, whether it's right or left.
So me and Tito did this yesterday. I wanted to see. I said, Tito, why don't we take a week off? We go put a tent up at the Capitol, and we just check out if we could be homeless. You know, just kind of live the homeless lifestyle. See if we could do it. And so we wanted to see what we could get. Well, in Sacramento, you can get $320 a month cash, right? Which is basically like $10 a day, right? Cash. You get free BART or free, transit pass.
Okay.
Medical. Dental, they have this Job Corps thing where they guarantee you a job at $15 an hour if you do want to work. And then we checked it out in San Francisco. Everything's fucking stacked up higher and higher in San Francisco, dude. $520 a month in San Francisco to be homeless.
Okay.
What do you think they're doing with that $520, dude?
Alcohol or drugs.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe some food.
So how are you going to get rid of the problem if you fucking contribute to it?
Right. That's what we were having the discussion last night. I was having a discussion with them. I said, like, you're not, this is where and there's negatives on both sides, dude. It's like, giving all tax breaks to these fucking wealthy corporations is not helping the middle class. Giving social programs to all these fucking lower income people is not helping the middle class. Putting people to work helps them. So when you want to work, you can work, right? When you want to work, you work. And when you work, you feel better about yourself, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you've earned it. You made that. So, and I do believe there is programs that should help people. Like, okay, a man and a woman are married, they have kids, a guy leaves his wife. She needs some sort of assistance to figure out how she can function, right? So I don't see nothing wrong with giving some sort of subsidized money for daycare when she's taking care of 2 or 3 kids on her own while she go gets a job.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. It's a hand up, not a hand out. So you're helping someone do better. Now, it is, and I don't like to use the word slavery, but it is kind of a modern way of slavery of being dependent on social programs, solely on social programs, because it doesn't fix the problem, right?
Dude, absolutely. That's how the Democratic Party works, dude.
They do. That's what I'm trying to explain to Sarah last night. That's how they work. They try to get you. They're drug dealers. They try to sell you drugs that you're addicted to the drugs and you have to keep going back to them, right?
Yes.
It's not helping, and they're learning. I see some people running for president have figured it out, but I don't think they're gonna make it all the way. We're still gonna go with the same old fucking Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. That's where we're gonna go. Like that Mayor Pete. I actually like Mayor Pete. I kind of like his ideas, but he's a homosexual and he's not gonna go very far.
Yeah,
they're gonna eat him up
because of the devil.
Yeah, because he gets butt fucked.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that's him.
But they're so far right and it's so far left that there's no middle ground. We're like, okay, there is some social programs to help, and I mean, it's most of the people are hypocrites. It's my dad and my brother wearing Trump hats and shit. Meanwhile, they got an Obama phone and they're fucking on fucking government assistance.
Yeah.
Like, you're such a fucking hypocrite. I don't do drugs and let me get all my pills. You're a drug addict. Like, all this shit is hypocritical. Like, there's a happy medium, and the middle ground is you go to work, you earn a living, you pay your own way. That's it.
Let me give you.
And
what's
every
going
once in a
on,
while,
though.
the economy goes up and down. It's going to go in cycles.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time, a low, where there's very little work and people are struggling. It's not always going to be good.
Well, with technology, dude, they're taking jobs. Look at once they go with this autonomous driving, right?
That's going to hurt.
All the Uber drivers are gone. All the
Truck
Lyft drivers are gone. All the truck drivers are gone.
Right.
I mean, autonomous. And we got shit that we use at work already. These fucking things can leave the yard, go to another yard,
Go to
drop
Walmart,
shit off.
go to Target,
Yep.
go to fucking where you just scan it yourself and they don't have a checker. Those jobs are now gone, that they do those automated
And then
jobs.
those fucking, what's going to happen is these autonomous trucks are going to pull up into the docking bay, and you're going to have another fucking robot come over and unpack the shit.
That's
and,
what
and count it.
Everybody's saying that's the problem of the future.
Dude, it is. I mean, but just like when the automobile was invented, all the horse farriers and
You have
shit,
to
right?
adjust.
They do. You adjust.
You
Just like
adjust.
my job. I was a meter reader, right?
Uh-huh.
I saw the technology of meter reading coming where now we read it by a satellite.
Right.
I had to learn a new trade. I had to get in a new job.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking adjust. You make life happen, man.
Yeah, you have to.
But the problem with the middle is you don't get any attention. You're gray, right?
And you're the one paying for everything.
Yeah.
You're paying for the roads. You're paying for all these services.
That's the first thing me and Tito was thinking about. These guys get free fucking Muni passes, right? So why the fuck should I have to pay for the Muni?
Because you're the middle class. You pay for
I know,
everything,
and that's
dude.
fucking bullshit. This guy didn't do nothing to earn that free Muni
And
pass.
I'm telling you, nobody gives a fuck about you. The Democrats don't give a fuck about you. The Republicans don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you.
And this is the thing. Pelosi don't live in San Francisco. Newsom don't live in San Francisco. And they'll let San Francisco fucking become, fucking totally homeless, fucking dope addict.
See, people need to be more focused on their fucking local fucking government.
Look at where did Newsom move to. He didn't want to stay in Sacramento down at the governor's shit. No, he couldn't handle that. So he moved up in the hills for $4 million house, right? Same with Pelosi. She lives in Tiburon, or she'll move up there to fucking.
Look at the fucking St. Paul mayor. He's St. Paul mayor of Minnesota. He changed the whole culture of a city by including everybody in the city. When he goes for like a budget,
Yeah.
he has everybody's allowed to come into the meetings, all the citizens, and say what they want to spend the money on. Everybody has a voice. When he decided to eliminate late charges at libraries, he just started to free pickups for garbage because he figured out it costs more money for the city go clean up all these areas than it is for somebody to put it out front and then clean it up. Like he's created a whole community together.
I've seen it too, man.
He had when the police department was fighting with the citizens, he had them come together and they talked and they said, what can we do to make this a better place? They worked it out between themselves. They didn't come up with fucking government laws or something. They figured, like, that's why we have to spend more time on our local. Now, how is Galt running right now?
Dude, it's got the highest water rates in the state of California. Galt has the highest water rates.
So whose fault is that?
It's the past council. It's not my boy Sean Farmer. Sean Farmer's still doing work for us.
Okay.
But the past council voted this shit in when we got the water meters.
Then get that shit fixed, Sean.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Let's get some shit rolling.
Dude, all I want to leave you with is I watched Straight Outta Compton the other day.
Mm-hmm.
We bought it when it came out, but I just watched it the other day.
Straight Outta Compton.
And the best part of that fucking whole movie, dude, is when LA's being torn apart because of the Rodney King shit, right? Mm-hmm. And you got the Crips and the Bloods. Ooh, Stormtrooper off the wall. But you got the Crips and the Bloods when all the riots and shit are going down, and they tie their bandana together and they walk up to the cops like, now what, motherfuckers? Now we're one. We're not divided anymore. We have unity.
How about all this shit? This recently,
It's
I mean,
awesome,
last
dude.
few years, couple years when the police brutality was going down and the fucking tensions were rising, and all of a sudden it was ready to explode. And the game and Snoop Dogg decided instead of fucking getting these guys together and fucking tearing shit down, they all got together, walked to fucking city council, walked to the police station, had a meeting with the chief, the police chief, and the mayor, and they came to terms like, hey, let's fix this together.
Yeah.
That's when shit gets fixed, not when you start opposing each other.
And dude, like, it's happened, and I'm sure people know too, is that these Democrats and these Republicans, they shake hands, they hug, they party
They're
together.
out to dinner.
They go on vacations. They live in the same fucking
We're sitting here
neighborhood.
fighting about their policies while they're out laughing at us having dinner on our dollar.
It's like WWF, right?
It is. It's wrestling.
Well, you know it's wrestling. I know it's wrestling, right? And it's staged. It's choreographed. We know what's going on. But there's too many people like, nah, fucking, that's real. Wrestling's real.
Oh,
you
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
idiot. That's fucking real shit. You see him bleeding?
I was up in the hills, fucking kind of people there.
Yeah, but they're the same people like that with policy.
Mm-hmm.
Policy, man. I mean, politician shit. But we fucking crushed it. I was glad to have you back, man. Sorry we missed last week. Don't forget, hit subscribe and tell a friend. And everybody that asked for a shirt, it's coming real soon.
Holla, holla.
Come on, you motherfucker.